Hello, my name is Scott Guskar and I'm pro staff with Cisco Fishing Systems.
Captain John Gribble with DB Sport Fishing Charters.
And today we're going to talk to you about our triple tree mast. In this particular configuration, you'll see that we have mounted indexable rod tubes on there.
And Scott, just want to say, we also have a 45-degree fixed option as well.
Yes, it's a very slight upgrade to move from the fixed option to this, but the return on your investment will be immensely increased, to be honest. I prefer my rod tubes to be adjustable. They can go straight out at 90. They can also go vertical. Now, one thing that's important as we talk about this tree is we've got a triple here. You can go as many as 4 on a standard tree. And what I like to do when I configure my trees or work with customers to, they always ask, where do we put our tubes? How do we set them up? I like to spiral the holders so that they kind of twist up the tree. This is a solid shaft here. But what that does is as you're pulling the rod out of the rod tube, you run very little risk of your reel catching the next reel above it and ejecting a rod accidentally overboard. In this particular configuration, we do have it mounted on a 4x4 plate. The tree itself is also indexable. What's nice about that is coming into the dock. So we all know what happens when rod holders impact docks at 10 miles an hour. Doesn't always end well, but this allows you to actually pull these rod holders, put them in line with your gunnel, and reduce the collision risk. Other mounts that we have, you can also put this tree on a quick release base. That's the only plate that'll be left on your boat at the end of the day. You'll slide this on, it locks in place, and it can't come off once it's locked in place. There we go. One nice thing about this is it does have a positive stop. When you're mounting these on your boat, make sure that this stop is on the inboard side of your gunnel. That prevents this from accidentally sliding off the boat. We also can configure the tree to be mountable in a track as well. John, would you like to take us through how customers might also mount some of these, perhaps on rails?
Mm-hmm. Yes, there is an option of mounting the tree on one of Cisco's rugged rail mounts. However, you got to really watch what you're doing on that. That being said, any of your rails need to be through bolted, not screwed in. They need to be through bolted because there is a lot of torque on that. And again, running only 3 rod holders on the tree, not adding the 4th one because it gives a lot of torque up on the top side of that. So definitely would only make sure you have 3 on there. I personally use the thumb screw base on all mine because every one of the boats that I fish off of has the Cisco track already installed. It's more versatile for myself and a different fishing that I do. Being right now, we have the fall fishing and we have went from single tubes to going to the tree mount. I can take one mount on the track. It has 4 rod holders on it. And I can just jump from boat to boat. It's very versatile, easy to stow, and again, like Scott said, with the indexing, it's just a very, very functional tool and gets the job done. Instead of having a lot of other different mounting options, you have one, whether it's a thumb screw, quick release, or a track mount, and then going into a rail mount as well.
The other recommendation I would give you if you're looking to get into the tree rod holders is do not run at speed with a net in your tree. It puts a lot of torque on your gunnel, extra stress that is just simply not needed.
That's correct.
So John, what about the guys with the smaller boats? Guys are looking for more storage.
That's correct. With the guys that have a 622 Ranger, you only have so much track space or rail space on that. So with the vertical tree, you can actually go up and adding the rods, an additional 3 or 4 rod option of going up compared to, your
Going out.
Yeah, going out. It just, again, it's another versatile tool there of gaining more rod storage even, and just, get more rods out there.
Yep. All right. The other common question I get is, do I go 3 rod holders or 4? Keep in mind that when you're removing a rod out of this tube, you've got to clear the end of that. So there is such a thing as running out of arm reach on that 4th tube.
Yeah, there is. Not all boats have step ladders in them.
Exactly.
John Gribble with DB Sport Fishing here. You can get all these products right on FishUSA.com.